Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Permission to introduce myself. My name is Miftah Emilia Zarwati from Management Class 22DX with NPM 224111019. Here I will discuss about navigating ethical waters, a case study of Meta's business practices and user data. Next. Dilemmas. Navigating ethical dilemmas has become increasingly crucial in today's rapidly evolving digital landscape. As technology advances, so do the challenges that come with maintaining a balance between business goals and the ethical treatment of users. This presentation delves into Meta's, formerly Facebook, business practices, particularly focusing on how they handle user data and the implications this has on privacy, security, and societal trust. With billions of users globally, Meta holds a vast amount of personal information, raising important questions about data collection, transparency, and consent. We will explore the ethical complexities involved in balancing profit and user rights, highlighting instances where Meta's practices have come under scrutiny. From data privacy issues to the influence of algorithms on user behavior, this presentation seeks to unpack how these decisions not only impact individual users, but also shape broader societal structures. The goal is to foster a deeper understanding of ethical considerations in the tech industry and provide a foundation for discussing responsible innovation moving forward. By examining real-world examples and current debates, we will address the ethical gray areas that arise when tech companies wield immense power over information and influence. This exploration is essential for understanding how businesses like Meta must navigate their responsibilities to both their users and society at large, ensuring that technological progress does not come at the cost of ethical integrity. Next. Meta's business model is primarily built around monetizing user data to generate advertising revenue, which forms the backbone of its financial success. By offering free services across platforms like Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp, Meta collects vast amounts of personal data from its users. This data is then used to tailor highly targeted advertisements, maximizing value for advertisers and driving profits for Meta. However, this model creates an inherent tension between profit and privacy. On one hand, the more data Meta collects, the more effective and profitable its advertising becomes. On the other hand, this extensive data collection raises significant concerns about user privacy, data security, and the potential for misuse or manipulation. Users may not always be fully aware of the extent to which their information is being used, leading to issues around consent and transparency. Understanding Meta's business model is essential for grasping the ethical dilemmas the company faces. Balancing the need to protect user interests while achieving corporate objectives is a complex task, especially in a landscape where data has become one of the most valuable commodities. These challenges raise critical questions about how much control users should have over their own data and how far companies like Meta should go in pursuit of profit without compromising ethical standards. Next. Meta uses a wide range of data collection practices aimed at improving user experience and optimizing the effectiveness of targeted advertisements. This includes gathering information on user activity, location data, interactions, preferences, and even behavioral patterns across its platforms. The data is used to create detailed user profiles, enabling Meta to deliver personalized content and highly targeted ads that resonate with individual users. However, these practices raise significant ethical concerns, particularly around issues of consent and transparency. While Meta provides terms of service and privacy policies, many users remain unaware of the full extent to which their data is being collected, analyzed, and used for advertising purposes. The complexity of these agreements, combined with the lack of user-friendly communication, often leads to confusion about how personal information is being handled. This lack of clarity not only impacts individual privacy, but also raises broader questions about accountability and the responsibility that tech companies have in informing users. In this context, it becomes crucial to address whether the consent given is truly informed and whether Meta's practices align with the ethical standards expected in the digital age. Understanding these dynamics is key to discussing the implications of user data collection in the tech industry and its effects on society as a whole. Next. Privacy remains a central concern for users of Meta's platforms, as the vast collection and use of personal data often occurs without explicit, informed consent. Many users are unaware of the sheer volume of data being harvested, ranging from personal details and browsing habits to location tracking and online interactions. This lack of transparency can lead to feelings of mistrust and betrayal, especially when users realize how much of their private information is being utilized for profit-driven purposes like targeted advertising. The implications of these privacy breaches extend beyond individual users. They can severely damage the relationship between Meta and its user base, eroding trust and loyalty. Repeated scandals involving data misuse or breaches have tarnished Meta's brand reputation, prompting public outcry and calls for stricter regulations. This has forced Meta to grapple with the growing tension between user privacy and its business interests. By examining these privacy concerns, we can better understand how data collection practices affect not only users' sense of security, but also the long-term sustainability of Meta's business model. Privacy breaches have the potential to impact user retention, engagement, and ultimately, the company's global standing. Next, Meta is under growing scrutiny from regulatory bodies across the globe, particularly as concerns over data privacy and user protection intensify. Laws like the General Data Protection Regulation, GDPR, in Europe and the California Consumer Privacy Act, CCPA, in the United States have introduced stringent guidelines on how companies can collect, store, and use personal data. These regulations aim to enhance transparency, ensure user consent, and grant individuals greater control over their information. For Meta, complying with these laws presents significant challenges. The company must navigate complex legal frameworks that vary by region, while still maintaining the core elements of its data-driven business model. GDPR, for example, requires explicit user consent for data collection and provides users with the right to request data deletion, which can conflict with Meta's extensive data harvesting practices. The need to retrofit its operations to align with such regulations often results in additional costs, operational hurdles, and potential legal risks. Moreover, noncompliance with these regulations can result in substantial fines, legal battles, and further damage to Meta's already fragile public image. The challenge for Meta lies in balancing regulatory compliance with its commercial objectives, all while adapting to the evolving landscape of data privacy laws. This discussion sheds light on the tension between adhering to legal standards and preserving the profitability of Meta's business model. Next, building and maintaining user trust is essential to Meta's long-term success. In an environment where users are becoming increasingly aware of privacy concerns and the potential misuse of their data, ethical business practices can be a critical differentiator. By prioritizing transparency, accountability, and ethical data handling, Meta has the opportunity to strengthen its relationship with users, leading to increased engagement and loyalty. When users feel that their data is being handled responsibly, with clear communication about how it is used and protected, they are more likely to stay engaged on the platform and recommend it to others. Ethical practices, such as ensuring informed consent, offering clear privacy settings, and promptly addressing any data breaches, contribute to building a trustworthy image. Companies that demonstrate a commitment to user protection and ethical standards often enjoy better user retention rates, as users prefer platforms where their personal information is treated with respect and care. For Meta, fostering trust through ethical practices not only benefits user engagement, but also enhances its overall brand reputation. In the long run, companies that prioritize user trust and accountability are better positioned to succeed in an increasingly competitive and privacy-conscious digital landscape. This slide will explore how implementing ethical frameworks can positively impact user loyalty and the company's growth trajectory. The Cambridge Analytica scandal stands as a defining moment in understanding the ethical challenges Meta faces, particularly in relation to data protection and user trust. In 2018, it was revealed that the political consulting firm Cambridge Analytica had harvested the personal data of millions of Facebook users without their explicit consent. This data was used to influence political campaigns, raising serious ethical concerns about the unauthorized use of personal information for political advertising. The scandal brought to light Meta's vulnerabilities in managing and securing user data, highlighting gaps in privacy controls and oversight. It sparked widespread outrage and led to investigations by governments and regulatory bodies worldwide. The incident not only damaged Meta's reputation but also shifted public discourse around data privacy and corporate responsibility, with users questioning how their data was being used and whether they could trust the platform. For Meta, the fallout from Cambridge Analytica was severe. The company faced fines, legal challenges, and a significant loss of user trust, which continues to affect its brand image today. This case study illustrates the profound impact that ethical lapses in data protection can have on a company's standing, emphasizing the importance of transparency, accountability, and strong data governance to prevent similar incidents in the future. Thus the presentation for me. Thank you for watching this video from start to finish. And wassalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.